Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome all of you once again to the BYJU'S Exam Prep YouTube channel. And this is our next session in line with the sessions that we are conducting for all of you for TISSNET 2022. Yes, my dear friends. So, all of you, I hope, must have seen the sessions which we have conducted previously related to TISSNET. All right. So I'll talk about these sessions as well. But first of all, quickly give me a confirmation if I'm audible to all of you or not. Come on, quickly. So go ahead and tell me yes or no if I'm audible to all of you or not. So there are a lot of people who are watching this session right now, some people who are watching this session. So if I'm audible to all of you, quickly write yes in the chat. Come on. So a small tech check from all of you. If I'm audible, please mention yes in the chat box. All right, so I've just done the check myself. So yes, I am audible here on the YouTube channel. So friends, welcome once again to the YouTube channel of BYJU'S Exam Prep. And I'm Gourav Gupta and I'm taking you through our next session in line for TISSNET 2022 examination. And here in this session, we are going to discuss how basically TISSNET is different from other examinations, especially CAT. What type of questions do we have in TISSNET? So I'm sure to get a proper idea about the VARC section, the English proficiency section, and QA LR section of TISSNET, you must have seen our previous sessions, which are conducted by Savitri ma'am on English proficiency and by Saral sir on QA and LR. If you have missed these sessions, please look at BYJU'S Exam Prep YouTube channel and watch these sessions. All right. Now, let us quickly define the agenda of this session. Shivam Raj, thank you for confirming. Okay, so let's begin with this session by first of all defining the agenda that I'll be taking up today. All right, so to start with, I'll be discussing about this admissions, campuses, and the flagship programs of this particular college. All right. Now, moving ahead, we'll be discussing about the admission timeline. So, what all dates will be there, which we must consider in order to get admission and the application process and the examination form filling, each and everything. All right. Then we'll be talking about the procedure of the admission. All right. The different stages in which the admission process takes place. Then we'll be talking in detail about the TISSNET examination pattern. Uh, the amount of time, the number of minutes that you have, the type of questions, how many questions in each section are there. So we'll be talking about each and everything and basically how to prepare for this examination. I'm sure that most of you would have taken the examinations which were conducted in this session. Okay, so you must have taken CAT, ZAT examinations, SNAP, NARSI Munji. So a lot of these examinations are conducted. So must have taken any one of these examinations. This examination is not very much different from these examinations, but definitely we need to strategize in order to basically clear the cutoffs and sectional cutoffs if there are any for this examination. Now in TISS, we have limited number of seats as far as the flagship programs are concerned. So we need to pull up our socks and start with the preparation once again. All right. And finally, towards the end of this session, I'll be discussing some of the sample questions from general awareness, quant, and logical reasoning. All right. So friends, let's start with the first thing, TISS admission process and the different campuses. All right. So basically, TISS offers Masters in Arts program. So it's not called MBA program. So it is MA program. And this particular programs are offered by 4 campuses of TISS, which are in Mumbai, which is one of the oldest campuses. I believe more than 70 years old. The newer, further younger campuses are Tuljapur, Hyderabad, and Guwahati campus. Now, if I talk about the main campus, that is Mumbai, and talking about the School of Management and Labor Studies, for which you all must be applying for. So this is the campus in which you need to apply for, and the main program, the flagship program that is offered by TISS Mumbai campus is MA in HRM and Labor Relations. So Human Resource Management and Labor Relations. Now, undisputably, we can say that this particular program is, I can say, similar to MBA program, and undisputably, this is among the top 2 or 3 HRM programs in the country. Now, this program can compete easily with the XLRI HR program. So, if anyone in India wants to do an MBA in HR, then I can say that the top 2 choices will be XLRI and TISS. Okay. Now, talking about this particular program of HRM, it is able to successfully, it is successfully able to provide placements to all the students. So last year placement track record was 100%, with the average packages somewhere around 19 to 20, median being somewhere around 18, and the highest package offered was somewhere of the tune of 29 lakhs per annum. Yes. Now, the only challenge is the limited number of seats. So, talking about this particular program, HRM and labor relations, there are only 68 seats to offer in this program of Mumbai campus of TISS. All right. Now, further moving ahead, talking about the MA timeline. So, the timeline for admissions for this academic year 2022 and 2023. So, the announcement of the application form was done way back in the month of December. So, 17th December was the day when notification came out, and all of you can apply to this institute, to this program, up till 7th of February. So yes, my dear friends, the forms are still out, so you still have chance of applying to TISSNET examination, and you can take admissions to HRM program of TISS. All right. Now, talking about the hall ticket and each and everything. So all these things are displayed on the screen, but the important part is the date of the examination. The date of the examination is 26th of February, which will be conducted on a Saturday, and the timing is from 2 p.m. to 3:40 p.m. Yes, it's a 100-minute test, 1 hour 40-minute test. All right. Now we'll be talking further in detail about this examination, but let's talk about the time that we are left with to prepare with for this examination. Now today it's 23rd of January, and the examination will be conducted on 26th of February. So you still have around 13-14 days to apply for this test, but for the preparation you have approximately 1 month, just over 1 month, but I'll count it as 1 month only. So talking about the next 31 days, what you have to do is we'll be talking about all these things in this session. Okay, so if anybody is already preparing for the examinations, has taken some of the examinations which were already conducted in the last 2 or 3 months, then it will not be very difficult for you to prepare for this examination. All right, so let's talk about the selection procedure, and then we'll move on to the pattern of this examination. All right. Now, this procedure is basically, the selection procedure is conducted in 2 stages. So, stage 1 is TISSNET examination. So, it's TISS National Entrance Test. All right. And it's basically a 100-minute test and consists of 100 MCQs. Okay, so like I said, we'll be talking about the pattern in detail in some time. So the first stage is TISSNET examination, and the second stage is TISS online assessment. Now, what will be the components of this online assessment? These details are not yet updated on the website of TISSNET. All right, so we'll not be talking about this particular process with a surety, but definitely, since this is an online assessment, and this will not be very different from the group discussion or PI process of other colleges. So definitely you can say that personal interview will be a part of the second stage of admission process. All right. So these are the two stages which you'll have to clear in order to get a final admission in any of the MA programs of TISS. All right. Now, talking about MA entrance test, that is TISSNET. So you can say that TISSNET is a computer-based test. So it's not a computer adaptive test. So it's just like the examination that you have taken for CAT, XAT, IFT, and other examination. So this is a computer-based test in which you will be given 100 minutes to solve 100 multiple choice questions. All right. So the examination date, as we already know, it's 26th of February. Okay. And there will be different centers across all the parts of this country. The medium of this examination will be English, and the duration of test starting from 2 p.m. up till 3:40 p.m. That is 1 hour 40 minutes or 100 minutes. Okay. Now, further about the structure and the contents of TISSNET 2022. So, these are the contents that you will see in this examination. Now, let's talk about this particular portion in detail because this is very important. Now, TISSNET examination has three sections. Section number 1, English proficiency. The number of questions in this section will be 30. All right. And total marks for this particular section will be 30. So that means we'll get +1 for every correct answer. All right. Now there is no particular sectional cutoff for this section. Okay. And the level of preparation will be up to class 10th. All right. So whatever you have prepared in English up till standard 10th, that all things will be tested in this examination. Okay. All right. So Astha, I'll definitely discuss what other courses we should select rather than HRM. So I'll go back to one of the slides. Wait. So other than HRM, the next course that you can select is this one, ODCL. All right. So this is one of the other courses that you can select. Now, other than these two, what I will say is just look at each and every course and the details and their subjects and apply to the courses in which you are interested for. Because in general, I cannot tell you which particular course one particular student should apply for. Okay, because हर एक का अलग अलग different choice होता है. So as per your level of interest, as per your educational background, you can select different courses. But the two most sought after courses, number one is HRM and labor relations, and number two is ODCL. All right. So you can apply to these two courses. And if I talk about the placements of other courses, so they are not very healthy. They cannot compare to the placements that we get in HRM program of Mumbai campus. All right. So it's totally up to you. As per your interest level, you can select different courses. Right. Let's continue our discussion about the structure of this examination. So I was talking about English proficiency English proficiency section. So it has 30 questions and +1 for each question. That means 30 marks. The streamer, how to add courses? You have selected only one course. So if you have selected only one course, it's absolutely fine. Otherwise, you can go back if you haven't submitted the form. Okay. Farhan, yes. So for ODCL, like for different programs, there are different eligibility criterias. Okay. So I don't know if you have work experience, if you don't have work experience, what is your educational background? I cannot say that. So for every program, like at the time of filling the forms, you are clearly given the eligibility criteria on the website of TISS. Okay. All right. So just go through the eligibility criteria for each and every program that you are applying for, and then go ahead and apply for that program. All right. So let me quickly finish this. So 30 questions, 30 marks, preparation level up to standard 10th. All right. Now the areas that are covered in English proficiency are word choice, sentence correction, the questions on odd one out, analogies, antonyms and synonyms, grammar, verbal reasoning, and reading comprehension. All right, so these are the different parameters that you'll have to prepare for English proficiency section. The next section is mathematics and logical reasoning. Now, in mathematics, you'll be asked questions from quant as well as data interpretation, and in reasoning, the general questions which are reasoning based, like logical series, direction senses, blood relations. So all these things will be tested. Now, once again, there will be 30 questions. Every question will have 1 mark. Okay, so that means total marks for this particular section will be 30. No sectional cutoff again for this section. All right, preparation level again up till class 10th, and these are the areas which will be tested. So basic arithmetic, geometry, trigonometry, statistics. So yes, from statistics we have seen the questions on mean, median, mode, standard deviation, variance. So these type of questions have appeared. Okay, so you can expect 1 or 2, maximum 2 questions from statistics, which was not a part of CAT examination. So yes, we have never seen questions coming from statistics area in CAT examination, but yes, statistics will be tested in TISSNET examination. All right, now this section will also have logical reasoning. So number series, questions on directions, blood relations, clocks, calendars. You must revise all these chapters. All right. Okay. Next is data interpretation. So yes, there were 3-4 questions on data interpretations as well in the last year. Okay. Now looking at some of the questions. Okay, I have already submitted the form, sir. So I think you will not be able to make changes in case you have already made the payment. But definitely what you can do is you can contact the admission cell of TISS, okay, and they can further advise you on this if you want to apply some additional programs. All right. Error, how many will ask in quant? This is not marking in TISS. Okay, so uh, Herar Khan, I'll be discussing all these pointers, so don't worry. Okay, so let me first of all finish the entire discussion on the structure and the contents of this examination, right? So I've just discussed 2 of these sections, English and maths. Each one has 30 questions plus 1 for every correct answer, all right? And the areas that you need to study for this particular section. Now, the third section, the most important section of TISSNET examination is general awareness. So we'll have 40 questions here, again plus 1 for every question, so 40 marks. So you can see that general awareness questions have the same weightage as that of maths, logical reasoning, or any of the questions from reading comprehension, which takes more time to solve. General awareness question, every question will not take more than 10 to 15 seconds to mark the answer. All right, but the return is same as that of the questions of maths and English. All right, now one of the most important factor here is the cutoff, the sectional cutoff for general awareness section. Now this is a very important point all of you must focus on. Okay, now for this particular section of general awareness, there is a sectional cutoff of 14 marks for the students who belong to general category, EWS, KM, and armed forces. Okay, so for these categories, there is a sectional cutoff of 14 marks. Further, for OBC and PWD candidates, the sectional cutoff is 12 marks. And if you belong to SC or ST category, then there is no sectional cutoff for general awareness section. All right, so the people coming from general, EWS, KM, armed forces, OBC, and PWD categories, they need to clear the sectional cutoff for general awareness section, which is clearly given on the official website of TISS. All right, now the areas that are generally covered in general awareness are they vary from different categories. So they can ask you questions on politics, social studies, environment, sports, movies, arts, culture, Indian history, science and technology. So the areas, or I can say that the syllabus for general awareness is very vast. So you have to be well read in case you want to score well in general awareness section, which is the key to clear this the sectional cutoff as well as the total cutoff for TISSNET examination. All right. Okay. Yes, there are. So we'll definitely try to make a video on static GK. So in case some of you are looking to improve your GK, so do attend some of the sessions that we'll be conducting on YouTube channel of BYJU'S Exam Prep. And tonight a wonderful session will be taken by Pranav Pansar. So don't miss that session. All right. So if you want to improve your journal awareness, if you want to look at the different type of questions that are there in this section, then definitely don't miss a session tonight on the YouTube channel of BYJU'S Exam Prep taken by Pranav Pansar. All right. Okay. Now focusing on this most important aspect of TISSNET, we don't have sectional cutoffs for quant and English section, but we do have sectional cutoff for general awareness section. All right. Okay. Now, if I talk about how to basically attempt this particular examination, okay, what strategy that one must follow. So a few important pointers that I'm writing on right hand side. So there is no sectional time limit. All right. So that means like you can divide the total 100 minutes the way you want to in these three sections. All right. Now, what I will do if I'm writing this test, I will start with GA section, general awareness. So there are 40 questions and definitely will not take more than 15 minutes to 20 minutes in this section. All right. Also, if you know the answer for any question, you will mark an option. If you don't know, you will leave it as it is. All right. Don't leave any question unattempted. I'll tell you what to do and why. Now, there is no negative marking. There is no negative marking in this examination. Okay. So that means you will have to attempt each and every question that will come in front of you. So definitely in general awareness section, if you don't know any answer, then try to eliminate some of the options. Okay, so just try to mark or just try to select the closest possible answer because there is no negative marking in this entire paper. All right, so start with general awareness section, spend 15 to 20 minutes on these 40 questions. Okay, and now the remaining 80 minutes should be divided properly among English and maths section. So what I'll do is, if I'm strong in maths, okay, if I'm strong in maths, then out of these 80 minutes which are left, I'll first of all spend 30 minutes in this section, okay, and we'll try to manage as many questions as possible. So if I talk about from average student's point of view, you can easily manage 15 to 20 questions in these 30 minutes. Okay, moving on to English proficiency section. Again, I'll spend 30 minutes and we'll try to manage at least 20 questions in these 30 minutes. Okay, now 30 plus 30 plus 20, 80 minutes are already over. Now I'm left with 20 minutes. All right. Now these 20 minutes should be invested in the section in which you are strong. Okay, so in case you are strong in maths and logical reasoning, then spend remaining 20 minutes, or out of these 20 minutes, you can spend 15 minutes again in this section, making sure that you will attempt another 10 questions in these 15 minutes, and then 5 minutes in English proficiency section so that you can like attempt some more questions. All right. Now you must understand that for general category, the cutoff, the cutoff for HRM program of TISS Mumbai campus is somewhere around 70 to 75 marks. Okay. So in order to secure an admission in HRM program of TISS Mumbai campus, try to score somewhere around 75 or more marks in the entire paper. Okay, I'm not talking about the total number of attempts. Obviously you need to attempt all the questions because there is no negative marking in this paper. Okay, but try to manage 75 plus marks in order to secure an admission or a call or a clearance from stage 1 and moving on to the stage 2 of this uh, admission process. All right. So this is uh, the strategy that I will follow if I'll be taking this particular examination. All right. Now, as mentioned that I'll start with general awareness, then I'll go to maths and then English proficiency. Now you can interchange the order in which you are attempting English proficiency and maths section. So after general awareness section, you can go to English proficiency and then maths, or vice versa. After general awareness, you can go to maths section and then English proficiency. Make sure you are keeping 20 buffer minutes for towards the end of this examination, because in these 20 minutes you can utilize these 20 minutes in order to maximize your score. You can spend these 20 minutes in the section in which you are strong, or you think that any of the sections among maths and English proficiency is easy, so you can go back to that section and maximize the number of attempts and hence the number of marks that you will score. Okay. uh, Streamer, I have already discussed about the other courses which are good to apply. So other than HRM, ODCL, it's totally your choice. So the course in which you are interested, you can apply to that particular course, because the return on investment is not very high for other courses. So you cannot compare the other courses with HRM program. All right. So now, further, in case you want to apply for some more courses, then it totally depends on your area of interest and your educational background. All right. Okay. Now, friends, moving ahead. So we have already discussed the entire pattern of TISSNET. Now, let's talk about some of the sample questions that we have seen in general awareness, and then we'll move on to some of the sample questions for QA and logical reasoning. All right. So I'm not teaching you general awareness right now. I'm just giving you a hint, the idea about the diversity of the questions that are asked in TISSNET. So there are 40 questions. Among them, some of the questions like, so this was the question that was asked last year. In which country did chess originate? So can you answer quickly to this question? India, Iran, Spain, or Italy? I'll wait for 10 seconds. Priyanshu, work experience is required or not, that depends on the eligibility criteria of each and every program. So each and every program has a different eligibility criteria. I'm not saying that all of you are eligible for these programs. I'm not saying that none of you is eligible for this program. So definitely this is one of the hygiene factors when we apply for any of the programs, when we are filling the form. So the basic hygiene factor is to check for the eligibility criteria, if I am eligible to apply for any particular course or not. All right. Same when we were applying for CAT examination, when we were applying for IIM examination. So there were a lot of programs which required work experience. Some programs required 2 years work experience. Okay, so there was different eligibility criteria for each and every program. So obviously it is advisable to go through the eligibility criteria, because it will not take more than 5 minutes. All right, and then apply for these courses. So yes, some of you are absolutely correct. So India is the correct answer. So this is a small explanation that I managed to find. So basically it was invented in the 8th century, and at that time the name of the game was Shatranj, as we all know. Okay. And it kept on changing over the centuries. So it was changed by Arabs, Persians, and then ultimately Europeans, where they basically changed the name of the game to chess, and basically the pieces also resemble the English code. So this is one of the questions that was asked last year. Let's talk about some more questions which were asked last year. So Manu Bhaker won gold medal in 2018 Youth Olympic Games in which sport? So obviously we know that it was shooting, but specifically which sport? So it was 10-meter air pistol. All right. So basically this lady won 10-meter air pistol gold medal. All right. And became the first Indian shooter and first female athlete from our country to win gold medal at the Youth Olympics. So yes, sports से भी questions पूछे जाते हैं. All right. Now next question about the famous coronavirus. So which of the following is an inactivated vaccine or a vaccine which is developed by using a dead virus? So Covaxin is the vaccine which is also called as inactivated vaccine. All right. Next is, in which place in Nagaland was a decisive battle of World War II fought? So the answer is Kohima. So if you also know the history, so the topics that were given that we discussed, you need to prepare for GA section. So one of the topics was Indian history. So yes, so Kohima in Nagaland is the place where decisive battle of World War II was fought. Okay. Next is, which wrestler was awarded the Rajiv Gandhi Khel Ratna Award in 2020? Okay, so about the different awards, Khel Ratna Award and the other Padma Shri awards. So these were also the questions that were asked last year. So answer is Vinesh Fogart. Definitely we know she's a wrestler, and you all must be knowing about the famous movie as well. All right. The next question: which Indian lunar probe discovered water on the moon? So, those who have been reading, those who have been listening to some of the news channels regularly, they would definitely know the answer for this question. So, answer is Chandrayaan 1. All right. Now, one question on movies. So, Drishyam, the Hindi movie released in 2015, was originally made in which Indian language? So, yes, so answer is Malayalam, right? So there were a lot of questions which are asked on arts and culture and different type of movies as well. All right. Now some questions which you want to see on QA and LR section. So let's discuss some of these questions. So the first question. So yes, I have picked all these questions from previous year TISSNET examination. Okay. So if 2 is the root of the equation, all right, so I'll write quickly the equation here. So I'll mention the equation for all of you. All right, so this was the equation that was given. Okay, so 2 is a root of the equation 2x square minus kx plus 4 equal to 0. All of you must be knowing about quadratic equations. So which of the following is the value of k that will give another positive integer root? Okay, so we need to find the value of k. Now, this is the given equation. We know that the product of roots is c upon a. All right, so product of roots will be 4 upon 2, that is 2. Now, one of the roots is 2 and the product of roots is also 2. So I can say that the other root will be equal to 1. Okay, now the two roots that we have are 2 and 1. So from here I can find sum of roots. All right, so sum of roots will be 2 plus 1, that is 3. Now sum of roots is also equal to minus b upon a. Okay, now minus b upon a I can pick from here. So that is minus of minus k, that is k upon a, which is 2, and that should be equal to 3. So I can say that the value of k should be equal to 6. So a very basic, a very easy question from quadratic equations was asked the last year. So answer will be option A, that is k equal to 6. Now moving further to some other questions that were asked from arithmetic and different areas. So next question is the percentage increase in area of a rectangle when each side is increased by a quarter of its length. So that means if each side is increased by 25%, so length is increased by 25% as well as breadth is increased by 25%, then we'll have to find out the net percentage change in area. Okay, now you can do this question orally as well if you know the formula of successive percentage change. Okay, so the formula of successive percentage change, that is A plus B plus AB upon 100. You don't need to do anything else. Just apply this formula and you will get your answer in less than 10 seconds. So 25 plus 25 plus 25 into 25 is 625 upon 100 is 6.25. Now, adding this, you will get your answer as 56.25%, and that is option C. All right. Okay, so you can see how straightforward the questions were in this examination. So a lot of questions in quant. I'll say that around 12 to 13 questions in quant will not take you more than 30 seconds to get an answer. All right. Okay. Now next question on time and work. A can complete the piece of work in 18 days, B in 20 days, and C in 30 days. All right. Now, before I read the question, the first step that I always do in such questions is assume some work. All right. Now, I can assume the total work as a number which is a common multiple of 18, 20, and 30. All right. So one easy value I can see is 180. So 180 is divisible by 18, 20, as well as 30. All right. So A, B, and C will take these many days to finish the work. Now the total work is 180. So A's 1 day work, A's 1 day work will be 180 upon 18, that is 10 units. B's 1 day work will be 9, and C's 1 day work will be 6. All right. So these are 1 day work of A, B, and C. Right. Now what question is saying is Balram and Chandan started the work but were forced to leave after 2 days. Okay, so they started the work. A was not involved. So B and C started the work and they worked for 2 days. Now B and C in 1 day can finish 15 units of work. So in 2 days, they can finish 30 units of work. So after 2 days, 30 units of work is already done. The total work was 180 units. So that means I'm left with 150 units of work. Now the question is, how many days will Abhay take to complete the remaining work alone? Now Abhay's 1 day work is 10. So remaining work of 150 units at a rate of 10 units per day can be finished in 15 days. Okay, so Abhay can now finish the remaining piece of work in a total of 15 days. All right, so again, a very easy question on time and work. Now moving ahead, one question from numbers. A positive integer when divided by, so let's say a number n when divided by q leaves a remainder of 21. Okay, so I can say that the number can be written as q into x plus 21. All right. Okay. Yes, Harsh, these questions are the exact questions of TISSNET 2021. Exact questions. So yes, Harsh, the only challenging part of this examination is general awareness section. Okay. So I can say that quant and verbal are pretty easy. Okay. And you need to score as many marks in general awareness section in order to clear the overall cutoff. Okay, so general awareness section, once again I'm telling you, is the deciding factor. All right. Okay, so number I've assumed it as qx plus 21. Now when double that number, so double that number, so if I double this number, so it will become twice of qx plus 42. When divided by the same value q, the remainder is now 13. All right. Now you can very well say that the first part of this number, this part 2qx when divided by q will give me a remainder of 0. All right. Okay. So you can say that 42 when divided by q, the remainder will be 13. So you have to find out the value of q. So the value of q will be 42 minus 13, that is 29. A very basic area of numbers in QA section. Okay. Now Harsh, right now I'll not be taking GK. Yes, I'll not be giving you the tips for GK section, how to prepare for GK. For that, you need to attend one of the sessions that will be available tonight on the YouTube channel of BYJU'S Exam Prep. This session will be taken by Pranav sir, and he is the best person who can suggest you about how to prepare for GK. All right. Now moving to the next type of questions, so missing numbers. So we have to find out the missing number in the following table. Now just look at how easy this question is. Now if you look at some of these numbers, if you don't even identify all these numbers, just looking at some of these numbers, I can say that 1728. So those who are preparing for these examination must remember this number. So 12 cube is 1728. 13 cube they have not used. 14 cube is 2744. All right. So if you will convert all these numbers into their cubes, so this is 4 cube, 6 cube, 8 cube, 10 cube, then 12, 14, 16. So at the place of question mark, the value to be filled is 18 cube, and finally it is the cube of 20. So the correct answer will be 18 cube. Now again, there is no need to find out the exact value of 18 cube. Okay, there is no need to find out the exact value of 18 cube. So what you can do is you can just look at the unit digits, because obviously 0 cannot be the unit digit of 18 cube. The two options which are left are 5832 and 7648. Now you have to choose one of the answers among these two options. Okay, now the unit digit of 18 cube, so 8 into 8 is 64, so 4 will be the unit digit here, and 4 into 8 is 32, so the unit digit of 18 cube will be 2, and you can safely mark option A, that is 5832, as your answer. Now Farhan, you are asking me to explain this question. So yes Farhan, I'll take this question once again. So number when divided by q, the remainder is given as 21. We know that a number can be written as divisor into quotient plus remainder. Okay, now here divisor is given as q, so I can write the number as divisor, which is q, multiplied by quotient, which I am assuming it as x because it is not given, plus the remainder, that is 21. Now twice the number, I'll multiply this entire number by 2, so it will become 2qx plus 21. Now they are saying that 2qx plus 21 when divided by q, the remainder is 13. All right. Now the first part of this number, 2 into q into x, this will be perfectly divisible by q, and hence remainder from this part will be 0. I'm sorry, I've just made a small error. So multiplying by 2, it will become 42. Okay, so now the next part, 42 when divided by q, the remainder will be 13, because the first part will give the remainder as 0 since it is completely divisible by q. Okay, so 42 when divided by q is, the remainder is 13. So now you tell me which number should divide 42 so that a remainder of 13 will be generated. So the value of q here will be 29. So 42 when divided by 29, the remainder will be 13. So hence we can mark option B, 29, as our answer. All right. Okay. Okay. So we have already discussed this question. Now the next question, again, very, very, very easy question on direction senses. Now it says that Ranbir's office has two doors facing each other. The front door faces east. Okay, so if the front door is facing east, then the back door, the other door, will face west, because these two doors are facing each other. Front door is facing east, so the other door, the back door, will be facing west. All right, so he comes out of his office from back door. Okay, so back door, that means he started walking towards west. If the directions are north, south, west, and east, okay, like this. So he comes out of his office from back door and walks for 100 meters. Okay, so he's walking for 100 meters. This is his office door, and turns right and walks 50 meters. So he turned right, that will be upwards on the screen, and walks for 50 meters. The direction he is now from his office. So this direction from his office. So since we need to find out the direction of his current position with respect to office, so I'll just write north, south, west, east from his office, and now he's in this direction, and this direction is northwest. So yes, answer will be option D, which is northwest. So hardly a question of 15 seconds. Okay, so 10 seconds you will take to read the question and another 15 seconds to finish it. So I can say that in less than half a minute this question can be managed. Okay, just understand the level of difficulty of this section. Okay, next, among the following options, the correct one is. So you are given 4 statements. You have to identify which of these 4 statements are correct. Okay. And then mark an answer accordingly. Okay. Now, rhombus is a cyclic quadrilateral. Now, cyclic quadrilateral is a quadrilateral in which the sum of opposite angles is 180. Now, this is not true for every rhombus. All right. So in a rhombus, the sum of opposite angles is not necessarily 180 degrees. So I can say that this statement is incorrect. Now, if this statement is incorrect, you can mark your answer. So 1, 1 and 1 is included in ABC. So all these 3 options will be incorrect and the correct option will be option D. Okay, still you can go to the other statements. So diagonals of a rhombus are equal. No, they are not equal. A rhombus that can be inscribed in a circle. So if a rhombus is inscribed in a circle, so understand the properties of a rhombus. So in a rhombus, opposite angles are always equal. Now, if this is inscribed in a circle, that means it is a cyclic quadrilateral. So sum of opposite angles will be 180. So sum is 180 and both the angles are equal. So that means each of these angles will become 90. All right. And this rhombus will be a quadrilateral having all 4 angles as 90. So rhombus having all interior angles 90 will become a square. So yes, option 3 or statement 3 is correct. All right. Now the next is opposite angles in a rhombus are equal. Yes, this is a property of rhombus. So statement number 3 and statement number 4 are absolutely correct. But after checking statement number 1, we have already marked the answer as option D. Okay. So again, not more than 15 seconds you will take to find a correct answer. Okay. Now let's move on to the next one. Complete the following series. So questions of series. So if I look at the difference, so here the difference is 20, here the difference is 100, and here the difference is 500. So the difference is getting multiplied by 5 every time. So 20 into 5 is 100, 100 into 5 is 500. So the next difference should be 2500. So the correct answer should be 626. 626 plus 2500. Okay, that means 3126, which is option A. Okay. Harsh, TISSNET series has already started. So already we have conducted some sessions on TISSNET. So specifically related to how to manage English proficiency section and how to manage QA LR section in TISSNET examination. So these are the 2 sessions that were already conducted in the last 2-3 days. So you can go to our YouTube channel and look at these sessions. All right, Harsh? Okay. So friends, that was all from my side about like the different sample questions or basically how this examination is different in this session. Like you have already seen, I have also discussed the pattern of TISSNET and basically how to strategize, how to attempt this particular examination. All right. So that is all from my side, my dear friends. In case you like this session, do press a like button. Okay. Now, those who are taking these examinations, they must be looking to join some of the good GDPI preparation program. So yes, my dear friends, we at BYJU'S, we have already started with one such program for PI and VAT. All right. And this program will be driven by 2 of our mentors from I'm Indore and I'm Calcutta, Srinivas sir and Gautam sir. So you must join this program in order to basically make sure that you are clearing the stage 2 of this selection procedure. All right. Now, some of the students who are like thinking of preparing for CAT 2022, so they can join this complete course batch number 5, which is targeting CAT and other MBA entrance examinations. So these are the different highlights which are mentioned on your screen for this particular batch. Now please do press a like button in case you have liked this session. Thank you very much, my dear friends. That's all from my side. You can follow us on YouTube channel. You can follow us on Instagram, like us on Facebook, join our channel on Telegram, where every week we have a live interaction with one of the mentors, where you can ask any of your queries which are related to your preparation. All right. So that's all from my side. Thank you very much.